So in today's video I'm going to be swatching all of my blushes. I have 26 blushes. So before we get into the video, please just subscribe and so you don't miss any further videos from me, and let's just get started. I have 15 blushes. I have 3 Blursh Glaze. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Blursh Lights and 1 Blursh Bronzed. I'm actually missing a Blursh Lights. It's back in the UK, so like we're not counting that one. Like, I don't have it, but it's in my other video if you want to go and see that. We've gone up a bit. Beforehand, I had, in the last video, I had 11 blushes, 5 Blursh Lights and 1 Blush Bronze. So we've upgraded quite a bit. So I'm going to try and really put them close together so we can try and get 26 on one arm. Tried to put this in order. First one we have is Apricot Hot. If you watched my last one, you would have seen, like, obviously there's going to be repeats, but just enjoy anyway. This is Apricot Hot. This is like just a classic apricot. I don't really use this, to be honest. You can kind of tell it's quite clean. Okay, I put this at the top first as the lighting, but I feel like I regret my choice, but it's fine. So this is Apricot Hot. It's like is it an apricot colour? I guess it is. It's an orangey colour. It's like a tangerine, but not as bright. Then we have Teach and Peach. This is actually a really pretty shade. So there's a little theme of my blushes. I have a lot. And when I do these types of videos, I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. I should use that more. And then I forget about them again. This is Teach and Peach. This is a really pretty colour. Actually, I think Apricot Hot should have probably been further down the list here. This is one of those ones that you just forget about, but it's actually gorgeous. It's this beautiful, like, neutral peachy shade. I need to start using that more. Then next up we have Snatchel. This is one of my favourite. It is gorgeous. I think he's bringing it back. I think. I'm putting them really close together, like I said, because I really want to try and fit them all on my arm. It is such a pretty shade. My swatches are dreadful. It's so pretty. It's honestly, like, I think one of my favourites. Next up we have Peach Sugar. I think this one is just like the classic one. I mean, you can see how much it's been used, how dirty and messy it is here. This is one of my first ones I like fell in love with. For some reason this one looks a lot more like thick and not as like runny as the other ones, if you can see what I mean. I honestly think Peach Sugar is one of the ones that like people fall in love with first for Made by Mitchell. Then we have Melon Sorbet. This is another favourite of people's. It's not my favourite, I wouldn't say. People love this on the lips. I think I tried it on the lips. Good, I like it. I actually am not a massive fan of these on the lips anymore. I used to, but now I prefer a glossy lip. I think it's my lips. I think it's when they're not dry, I like it. When they're dry, I don't like it, which is kind of understandable. So that's Melon Sorbet. I do really like it. Just don't reach for it. I go for the more like pinky shades, like peachy pinks, but I want to try and get back into the peaches. Like, I love the shade I have on today. It's actually Jordana t-shirt. It's casual. This is Mango Daiquiri. This is probably my least used shade. I don't even think I've ever used this on my face. It's just scary. I need to try it out. Maybe in summer is a good time to try it because it's bright, so I feel like maybe it's a good summer shade, but I don't really use it that often. Now we're going on to like the pinks. I have a lot more pinks. We've got Strawberry Cream. This is actually a lot of people's favourite. It's actually not one of mine. I find it too pale. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of like how pale it is. I think if you're very fair skinned, this will be amazing for you. Yeah, but for me it's just not, it's not my favourite. It's just slightly too, it's a too pale pink for me. Then I have Cold Heart. I do really like Cold Heart. I've used this one a lot. It's probably one of my most used. Maybe Sweet Cheeks more. This has got a slight like purple tone to it. Cold Heart is that perfect like cold girl makeup, really, when you think about it. It is what everyone loves right now. Then we have, I think this is probably the most viral Made by Mitchell shade, and that is Sweet Cheeks. This is probably my most used shade actually. Maybe you can tell my most used shades, they're a mess here. I don't know, maybe it's between this and Peach Sugar. When I first got these, Peach Sugar, maybe the last year, Sweet Cheeks. I prefer Sweet Cheeks to Cold Heart. The ones I've used the most are drier. It's really weird. I don't know why has the stopper, like, I don't understand. That's Sweet Cheeks. I like Sweet Cheeks. It's a bit more warmer than Cold Heart, so I really enjoy that. Then we have Posy Rosy. This is one of the ones I always forget about, but every time I swatch it, I'm always like, oh my god, this is beautiful every time. That is Posy Rosy. It is a gorgeous just rose shade. Like, that's literally all it is. It's just a pretty rose shade. We have Blowing Kisses. Blowing Kisses is a newer one. You can tell it's a lot newer. I got this, I think, in like August, and it's a really pretty shade. It's just like a bright pink, but it's also a bit toned down. Like, it's not like overly bright, like it's not crazy. it's got like a deepness to it. Then we have Party Pink, which is like literally like a hot pink. It's I don't really go to the bright ones that much. Yeah, when it comes to Made by Mitchell, I would say I go for the more muted shades more than the bright ones. Then like Rare Beauty, I go for the bright ones. That is Party Pink. You see how it's just like, it's similar to Blowing Kisses, but it's more hot pink. Whereas like Blowing Kisses, it's got like that slight purple undertone. Then we have a Shy Boy. Now this is one of my absolute favorites. I mean, maybe not so much in winter, but summer, this is like, I've been in the sun. Like, that's the shade this is. You know what? It doesn't look it swatched. But this in like the curve case, and when you blend this out, it has that, I mean, you can kind of see it's got like a reddy undertone to it. It's not bright red, it's like, it's a nudie color, but like with a reddy undertone. So when like you wear this, you look like you've been in the sun, and like you've caught the sun, but like not in like a burnt sun way, like a bronzy sun. It's got like that bronzy red look to it, rather than like the bright red that gives you that like cold girl look. I really like it, and I only discovered it at the end of summer, so I think this summer I'm going to be using it loads, especially the one in the curve case. Then I have Very Berry. This is a newer one. I actually got this because I love Encourage from Rare Beauty, and I have that. I wanted to see if this gave off the same vibe, where if you use the light hand, whether it would be like a beautiful muted pinky purple. It did. I really enjoyed it. Then the last normal blush is this shade Cherry on Top. I haven't actually tried this on my cheeks yet. I wonder if it's anything like Grateful from Rare Beauty. It actually seems more red than that almost. Like, it's really like a true red. I feel like when I filmed this video last time, I said I feel like I've got a really good shade range of blushes. And you know what? Now I've added like Strawberry Cream, Blowing Kisses, Very Berry, and Cherry on Top. I feel like I have even better. So now we're on to gel glazes. So the first one we have is Cheesecake Tease. This is like the least glittery one out of them all. This one's a bit more like a sheen. I'm not a massive fan of the glazes, simply because they are amazing because they give off the wet look makeup, which is great. One, they don't really dry down, so your eyes end up creasing. I will say Cheesecake Tease does look really nice on the cheeks because it's not glittery, it's a sheen, so it does look nice on the cheeks. But the other two I have, I don't like. I don't really like the rest of his Blursh Lights and stuff on my cheeks, apart from the pink ones, which I'll get to later. This one's nice on the cheeks, but whenever I use Blursh Glaze on my lids, they crease like crazy. There it is. Can you see it's got like a sheen to it? It's really pretty. It's just, it bugs me they don't dry down. Then I have Swiss Kiss, which this one you can see, it's got more of like a glitter to it. And it looks like snow. It's so pretty, but again, like when it's on the eye, like this swatched is beautiful. You would think it's like a white drip, but I will just say when it is on your eye, blended, not even just blended, when you put it on your eye, once you like blend it in a little bit, it does look more like that wet look. But compared to Cheesecake Tease, it's got more of a sparkle to it, but it's not like sparkly like drip. You can see it's not got as much pigment as Cheesecake Tease, but it's also like got a glitter to it. And then I have Iceberg, which is also a blush glaze. This is like the same but blue. Again, swatched, looks really pretty, looks super sparkly. When it's on your eye, it does give off more of the like wet look. Just gives a more wet look. You can see it's got that wet look to it. Now we're on to the Blursh Lights. Fairy Kitten. This is a new one. This is part of the Christmas collection, the ski collection. This one is really gorgeous because it's like a pink reflect. Can you see that? It's like a bluey pink. It's there, but you can't really see it because of the light. Maybe if I like, can you see it? The fourth one of the glittery ones. It's got like a pink. I will say I like Fairy Kitten, but it's probably the most, I find it quite chunky. Oh, there you go. It's nice. I need to try it on the lid on its own. Then we have Champagne Spray. This is like an OG one. I don't know if these are Blursh Lights, but I think they are. But I think they're like his original Blursh Lights, which were, yeah, they're his original Blursh Lights, which were more they're more sheen and shimmery than they are glittery. His Blursh Lights nowadays, he definitely has gone down the more glitter route, which I love. Do you see how like it's different to the one above it? That's Champagne Spray. Then we have, now these next two are the ones I love on my cheeks as like blush toppers on whatever cream blush I use. If you put these on top, it's stunning. They've got a really nice shimmer to them. So this is what it looks like in the thing. This is Candy Trip. It's beautiful. It's got a really lovely like shimmer in it. You can imagine it's just really pretty on top of your blush. And then I have Pink Lynx, which is so kind of the same thing, just darker. That is Pink Lynx. It's just like a darker pink, and you can see next to it it's a darker pink. But yeah, it looks really dark, but when you actually blend it out, it's quite sheer. It's really nice. And then we have this one, which I assume is a Blursh Lights. It didn't say, but it was in the BB one. This is Bronze Bish. I think it is. Actually stunning. It looks like, you can see what it looks like. It's so pretty. And look at that on my arm. Like, it's just, my arm right now is crazy. Gorgeous. The one and only 2 times over. We have the one and only drip drip. But you know what? I'm going to do it around the other way because that one's quite dark. So we're going to put the bronzy one next to it. We've got Bubble Trouble, which is the gold drip drip. I have done TikToks on these if you want to go and see what this one looks like. So this was meant to come out as like the gold drip drip, but it's definitely more of like a bronzy drip drip than a gold one. But honestly, I just feel like nothing beats drip drip. Like, it really doesn't. Bubble Trouble at the bottom. That swatch is not great of it. They're a different type of bronze. They're both bronze, but a different type of bronze. So I'm gonna have to give this one a go. This is meant to be like a bronzy drip, gold drip drip. So then we have the drip drip. I don't think Mitchell has ever made a blush better than drip drip. He brings out ones that are meant to be like this, but like got a pinky, icy drip drip. Then we've had like a gold drip drip. Personally for me, none of them are 2 drip drips level. Like, look at it. Like, the one next to it is meant to be like the gold version of it, and I honestly think it's because drip drip is silver. Silver is so reflective that I think if you try and do gold with the same thing, it's never going to be as reflective because it's gold. But I think the issue with Bubble Trouble is it has too much pigment behind it. Like, drip drip is silver, but like, I think the issue with Bubble Trouble is because drip drip's background is silver, the silver is reflective even without the glitter. Whereas then the last one I have is a Blursh Bronze, and this is in Shady Business. Don't really ever use this now. I used to, but I have cream bronzers I prefer, basically. And that is Shady Business at the bottom. So that is my, I mean, my swatches went a bit small by the end, didn't they? But it's fine. So that is my entire blush collection. 26 of them. So there's these 3 Blursh Lights are like a shimmer, and then these 3 are glitter. I need to try that one because that is just as glittery as Bubble Trouble, but just more bronzy gold, like a coppery gold. So I need to try that. That is this video. I hope you enjoyed. This one is a bit longer because we have more. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like and comment, and let me know other videos you had down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.